Ladies, this is Amanda. This is week 5, Confidence as a Mom for our Happy Healthy Moms Inner Circle. And I want to tell you, I am so proud of you for getting to this point, for sticking with me, for sticking to your goals to become a healthier, happier, more confident mother. And I want you to know that I am so proud of you for sticking with this and for sticking to your goals and for getting this far. Um, yeah, it's amazing the work that you are doing. So I really want you to give yourselves a little pat on the back or whatever you need to celebrate where we are at. So this week is about confidence. And I wanted to start out by reading the affirmations for this week. You can repeat after me if you want. I am an example for my children on how to prioritize their own mental health. I am an expert when it comes to my child, their needs, and their desires. I trust my intuition as a mom. I stand confidently in my decisions. I refuse to let other people's opinions cause me to doubt myself. I seek wise counsel and then always follow my instincts for what is best for my family. I am a loving, powerful leader in my home and community. I don't have to be a perfect mom to be a wonderful mom. I choose to see the best in myself and my family. I choose to look for the best in my husband. I am thankful for how he provides and supports for me. I provide for and support my husband. We work together as a team. We find creative ways to show each other love. I invest in our relationship and make it a priority in my life. I forgive him when he hurts me. I believe he loves me and cares for me even when I don't feel it. I feel safe to share my needs with him and communicate areas that need to be worked on. When doubt and shame creep in, I fight for who I want to be. I am quick to forgive myself. I forgive others who have hurt me. I bless and release them with love. I surround myself with supportive friends. I connect with other moms to give and receive a listening ear, a kind word, and a whole lot of grace. I am free to laugh and cry with my mom friends. We support each other. So this week is about confidence as a mom. And we're going to be talking about breaking down mom guilt. We're going to be talking about communicating our needs with our support people. We're going to be talking about intuition as a mom. And I'm really looking forward to it. So let's dive in. I want you to listen to this. You are the best possible mother for your child. And you are the expert when it comes to the specific needs and desires of your children. You can take all the best practices, be informed by research and medical professionals, and then follow your instincts because you are capable of giving the best possible care for your babies. And in our society right now, I talk a lot about this with other moms. And a lot of our education system for moms right now is really fear-based. If you don't do this, and this, your baby is not going to develop properly. If your baby doesn't get X amount of minutes for tummy time, then they're probably going to have speech delay later or something. You know, like we have so much of our education is fear-based. It tells moms you have to do this, and this to have a healthy baby. And I really, really disagree with that. Yes, we do need to follow certain things to keep our babies healthy and safe, but I really believe that as moms, we have a very strong intuition with our babies, and not every baby is the same. I'm going to give you an example of a friend of mine who is struggling with tummy time And she's like, my baby screams and screams and screams when I put her on tummy time. And I'm so worried that we're not getting enough in and that, um, like, I'm something's going to happen because we're not getting the right amount of tummy time. I just can't stand listening to her scream. And her baby is still little. Like, her baby's, I think, 3 months when she was talking about this. So I really told her, I was like, follow your intuition. If you're saying like she's screaming and unhappy, it's probably because she's tired. It's probably because she is already fatigued and she could do all of the tummy time that she could. And find different ways that is going to make it more comfortable for her. And don't freak out about all of the rules of being a mom, because ultimately you are the best suited for this job, and you can make changes, and you do not have to run your life by following all the rules and getting it right, because every baby is different, every mother-child bond is different, and so with every baby you're going to have to figure out their cues, you're going to have to figure out what works and what doesn't work for them. And some babies are harder to read. Some babies are really hard to read. And so just giving yourself time to learn those and giving yourself grace that you can do it differently and it can still be wonderful. So we'll talk about that more later. So let's talk about breaking down mom guilt. There are 3 different things that I think kind of cause mom guilt for us. That I'm going to talk about right now. Believing your worth as a mom is proven by how much you get done in a day. So a lot of moms think that their worth comes from how much they accomplish in the day. And a lot of that is like things on their to-do list. And then they have the baby and they realize, oh, they're just barely functioning, and they spend all day nursing the baby or spend all day looking after the toddler, and they feel like they haven't accomplished anything, or their house is too dirty, or they didn't get this done, or they didn't get their workout in, and really start beating themselves up that they're not measuring up as what a good mom is. And I want you to really cling to this. Work smarter, not harder. And this is something that's so important because you are allowed to do what works for you and your family, even though nobody else is doing it. And you are allowed to do as little as possible right now. And that's kind of seems so countercultural to what because we're always taught like do more, do more, do more, do more, achieve, 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 get things done. And that's really something we have to challenge and check as moms, because we have to change our view of what's important and what it means to get things done, and what it means to really like feel accomplished at the end of the day. And so it's really important that we take time to write down what is important in our day. And for me, something that really helped was like my to-do list changed from like, do the laundry, do the dishes, wash the floors. I really started saying like, laugh with my kids, sing songs, explore. And then it really started to click, like that is what's important right now. And that is the mom that I want to be, and stuff like that. So whatever that looks like for you, maybe for you it's not singing songs, but it could be something else like getting outside every day, or that kind of thing. Like make sure you're doing those things that are important to you as a mom and seeing those as the successes, and really letting go of the have to have a clean house mentality. Something that's super important that I had to learn with my first baby is that you're allowed to work smarter, not harder. And what I mean by that is like if I spent all day trying to clean my house and chase around my toddler, blah 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 blah, I could spend all day chasing her around cleaning up after her. Or I could let her play, let her explore, play with her, do all the things, and maybe at the end of the day clean the house with a quick 15-minute cleanup, including her so that she is learning those skills as well, and call it good. Or sometimes leave it for the next day because the next day we're gonna need that mess again anyways. So I really, really, really think that's an important thing to kind of switch our brain from being like, oh, I just had to let that go. I just had to let cleaning a clean house go instead of saying, and instead I said, oh, this is really smart. If I just embrace the mess for the day and do a quick cleanup at the end, I am using my time wisely. I'm using my energy wisely, and I'm spending quality time with my daughter or a son or children. So that's a really important one to embrace. Another thing that we kind of get caught up in is measuring our success as parenting by how successful or obedient or happy our kids are in the moment. And a fear, this is often based in a fear that this is again based in that fear that we're not giving them what they need to survive and thrive. Um, and that fear, I think, is again taught to us in our culture. Make sure you're giving them all of the opportunities, get them in all of the sports, get them in all of the after school programs, get them all the right toys, all of those things, so that they are supported in all of these ways. But I really think that it's important to let kids be kids, and it's okay to say no, and it's okay to just let kids figure it out. They need space to figure out life too. And they're not always going to be happy. They're not always going to be obedient. And they're not always going to be, reaching all those milestones, bling, 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 bling. They are unique. They are special. There is no one else like your child. So, I'm 33. I'm still figuring out life. I'm pretty sure my toddler is still allowed to figure out life too. So really giving yourself grace to figure out life, not having to be the perfect mom and have a perfect kid, and giving your children, space and grace to figure out life as well. The last one, which is probably the biggest one, is allowing other people's opinions to determine our worth as a mom. And this can come from all directions. Sometimes people share opinions that we didn't ask for, and sometimes it's our own projections of what we think people are judging us for. That drives us crazy too, because we are thinking, oh, they probably think I'm a terrible mom, and then we scurry around trying to prove we're a good mom. Um, Something that's helped me is it's okay. I tell myself it's okay for them to have opinions, and it's okay for me to ignore them and do what's best for me. And I know I've talked about this lots and lots. Our culture tells us that it's our job to please people, and I think it's so important to know that we don't have to please people, and it's not our burden to carry to please people. People people have to be happy with themselves and allow other people to do their own thing. And I think that's so important. Self-care is, as moms, is really being open to what works for you and being able to let go that it works for other ways for other people. And when you understand that what you do might be different for other people, and be open to that, it really lets go of a lot of that pressure to fit in, that pressure to please people, that pressure. And when you can really love yourself and say that you're unique, you give people that space to be unique and have their own way of doing things as well. And it releases a lot of judgment. So I think that's super, super, super important. Going back to measuring our success at parenting by how successful or obedient or happy our kids are, I just want to say this, that your kids do what you do, not what you say. And that is so obvious now that I have a toddler. She is like learning my mannerisms, she's learning my the way I talk, the way I move my body, and she's learning when I get frustrated and what pushes my buttons. So really, like it just drove home to me like how important self-care is, and really developing who you want to be so that your kids have that amazing role model to follow. It just showed me just how important it is to accept love for myself, because that's how I want my daughter to grow up. So this video is getting long, so I'm going to continue in the next video. Please come into the group, share what you've been learning, share your big takeaways, share, ask any questions. If you have any comments, if there's something you're like, that doesn't quite work for me, let me know. I want to hear from you, okay? Love you guys.